Work out 8.46 divided by 0.15. This is a crossover question from the June 2023 Edexcel paper 1. This is question 20 on the foundation paper and question 1 on the higher paper. In this video, I'll show you how to divide a decimal by another decimal using chunking. Every division question has two parts. The dividend, which is the number we're dividing. In this question, that's 8.46. And the divisor, which is the number we're dividing by. In this case, 0.15. Whenever the divisor is a decimal like this one, the first step is to get rid of the decimal point. To do that, we need to multiply both the dividend and the divisor by a power of 10. So powers of 10 are numbers such as 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. So numbers that you get when you multiply 10 by itself. To decide which of these to multiply by, we need to go back to our divisor and we need to count how many digits after the decimal point. So this is the decimal point here, and we've got 1, 2. So we've got two numbers after the decimal point. This is called the number of decimal places. So this number here has 2 dp. Now, because 0.15 has two decimal places, we're going to multiply by 100. I can tell because 100 has two zeros. Right, so if you had a number with 3 decimal places, you would multiply by 1,000. If you had a number with 4 decimal places, you would multiply by 10,000. And if you had a number with 1 decimal place, you would multiply by 10. So we need to multiply both the dividend and the divisor by 100, and this will give us 846 divided by 15. So when you're multiplying by 100, the decimal point moves 2 places to the right. So that's why we have 846, and same here. And that's why we have 15 here. So multiplying both by 100 and getting rid of the decimal point earns you a method mark. Now we're going to divide 846 by 15 using the chunking method. So the first step in chunking is to list the first 9 multiples of the divisor. So in this case, we need to list the first 9 multiples of 15. Multiples of 15 are the numbers on the 15 times table. So start with 15, and if you're not sure what these are, just keep adding 15. Right? And then the second step, after we've got the first 9 multiple, we're going to multiply each of these by 10. So notice that it's just these numbers with extra zeros. So when you're multiplying whole numbers by 10, you simply add a 0 behind their last digit. Right, chunking is just repeated subtraction. To use this method, we're going to start with our divisor over here, which is 846. So I'm going to write that here. So if we look at the list of multiples over here, the largest chunk that's smaller than 846 is 750. So I'm going to subtract 750 from 846. So 846 take away 750 is 96. And if we go back to our list, we know this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is 50 chunks. So we need to make a note of that this is 50 lots. Notice in my subtraction, I've had to borrow to get my answer of 96. If you do not like borrowing when you subtract, you can choose a smaller number. So you could do 846, take away 600 instead. And that way you don't have to borrow. The most efficient way to use this method is to take away the largest chunk. But if you're not comfortable with borrowing, you may use a smaller chunk. So now we've got 96 left. So we're going to go back to our multiples over here. And we need to find the largest chunk that's smaller than 96. And we can see that that's 90. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 lots. So I'm going to take 90 away from 96. Now we have 6 left. Looking at our list of multiples here, you can see there are no chunks that are smaller than 6. So what I'm going to do is extend this line. And what this tells me is that this is where the decimal part of our answer begins. This also tells us where the decimal point is going to be. So now I'm going to place a 0 behind the 6, and now we have 60. Now I can go back to my list of multiples, and we can see we've got 60 on the list, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to subtract 60. And now we've got no remainder, so that tells us that we've finished with this division. Now, to get our final answer, we need to add all the chunks before the horizontal line. So this is the horizontal line here. So we're going to add these chunks here. So that's 50 plus 6. So that's going to be 56. And then we come to the decimal point, which is where the horizontal line is. So I'm going to put the decimal point here. And then whichever numbers we've got after the decimal point, you literally just list them in that order. In this case, we only have one digit, so I'm just going to put the 4. So to clarify, to get your final answer, you add the numbers before the horizontal line, put the decimal point in, and then you just write the lots after the decimal point. So do not add these ones on. So our final answer is 56.4. We can check if this answer makes sense by doing a quick estimation. So we've got 8.46 is approximately 9, and 0.15 is approximately 0.2. So if we do £9 divided by 20p, so how many 20p's in £9? So we know we've got 5 20s in a pound, so that will give us 45. Yeah. So we've got 9 divided by 0.2 is 45, and that's not far off from 56.4. So this answer makes sense. This question is worth 3 marks. The first mark is for multiplying both numbers by 100. This is a method mark. The second mark is an accuracy mark for the digits 5, 6, 4. And the last mark is an accuracy mark for the correct placement of the decimal point. If you found this video useful, then you should watch this one next. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.